Joy and welcome to my studio. Today we're working on our 4th of July heart garland wreath. And this goes together real quick and it's lots of fun. Let's get started. To make our 4th of July heart wreath, I went to the Dollar Tree, of course. I picked up my wreath base, and these came out at Valentine's Day. I'm always thinking of other items to use, like your red you can use for 4th of July, your Christmas that goes on sale, or Valentine's. So always think about things like that. If you can't find anything there, I know the craft stores also sell this as well as Walmart. And I picked up 3 garlands. I wanted a white, but all I could come up with was a silver. So we're going to use a silver instead of the white. And I did pick up a strand of stars because I wanted a little bit more in my blue as I was working. And if you have any of the pipe cleaners the same color, that's great. If you have just little wire, you can use that for all of it. So whatever you like to work with. I like working with the pipe cleaners. They're just a little bit easier, I think. And so I'm going to cut those. I'm going to try and get 6 out of a thing here. That may even be too big. We'll see. I may even go 4. So I think I am going to try and go 4. I've got that last one a little bit too little, but we will see. Now on this one, because we want a bunch more stars, I thought the silver stars would show up a lot more than the colored ones with the blue, so that's the reason I'm doing that. You can use whatever color you want or whatever color you like. And if you want to double it up, you can double it up. You can measure out the length of your garland versus the length of your stars. It looks like we have a lot more garlands. So we're going to take this and find our in here. All right. And we're going to start at the very top. And we're going to bring it right about here. It should be at least 1/4 or more of your heart. And I would like it to be a little bit smaller than 1/3. 1/3 would be 1 for each color. And if we're using this garland, you can just twist that end on to start with. Nice and simple. And I am not going to use the middle at all. I'm just going to keep going back and forth. If you had enough garland that you could wrap it around the front and the back, that would be even that much faster and you wouldn't have to tie it on. But I want to probably make sure that I have enough. So I'm going to go ahead and tie mine on. And you have to be kind of careful that you have it spaced out, because here it's going to stay that way and there it'll move down. So think about those kind of things when you're starting. And I'm going to go ahead and get my blue section up here, and then we'll start our red and our white. So I've gone as far as I want to go with the blue, and I packed that in tight, and I still have some left over, and I could have done twice the length with the stars, and I may go back and wrap it up or put some spirals in there. We'll take a look at that later. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that off for now. And I use these little pieces on my candles and all kinds of fun things, so it will not go to waste, that's for sure. So I'm just going to cut that there. And you're kind of looser on the top, of course, because you're turning that corner. And let's start with our red now. Or excuse me, silver, white color. And I'm going to do a couple at a time probably. And we'll decide if we want to go underneath them or if we want to cut them off in between. But we want to probably do 2 or 3 back and forth before we go to the red to make our stripes on our flags. So I've gone back and forth, like there's 2 complete ones, so it's 4 if you count each one across. And I am going to go ahead and trim that, and that'll just save more of our garland. If you wanted to pluck the stars off here, so you didn't have any stars on this part, you could do that. That's just going to be totally up to you. And instead of cutting, if you wanted to tuck your silver under to the back, you could do that as well. Whatever you think it is looks good. So I was kind of looking at my piece now, and I kind of think what I want to do is, like in this section, 1 color, that section, so it's kind of 2 in each of those sections. So a silver, red, all the way around until we're finished. If you wanted to put in an area instead of the garland, or you could put it over the garland, do a little bow, a 4th of July bow, or some 4th of July picks, and we'll talk about those in a little while. So I've gone all the way around, and what I did when I came down here is I just continued going this direction, wrapping it right there, and then stopped and then started and went this direction all the way around. And that's looking really, really good. I might take some of my garland, just wrap it around a pencil and put that in the blue and just kind of make those stars really pop out there. And don't forget, we need to do a hanger in the back so you have something to hang it on to as well. So I'm just going to do that real quick here. And just put a twisty in it anywhere and twist that around, and then you will have your hanger. I came up with a couple of different options that I really liked. This is a little headband I found at Dollar Tree, and I am simply going to use this for my stars, and it makes it real affordable that way, instead of trying to pay for a pick or something that you don't want every part of it. So we're just going to remove those and decide if you want 1 or 2 of those. And another thing I found while I was there is some little 4th of July battery operated lights, and I think these are darling. So I'm going to put these around as well. You could do one or the other, but that simply makes that really just sets that off. And the battery is nice because you can put that up underneath and that won't show.